And that's coming up next here on NBC Europe is Jan-Ove Waldner of Sweden facing Wang Liqin of China. That's coming up next, so stay with us. Welcome back to Chiba, Japan, and NBC Europe's continuing coverage of the International Table Tennis Federation Pro Tour, the Japanese Open. All right, we're all set now for the men's final. We've got quite a treat for you. Jan-Ove Waldner of Sweden. His only previous Pro Tour event this season was the Qatar Open. He won it. This just his second showing, trying to go 2 for 2, and a gold medalist in Barcelona. So if you recognize his name, that's why. He is one of the premier table tennis players in the entire world today. He's facing China's Wang Liqin, who is making his first appearance this year on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because Waldner is, like you're saying, he's been around for almost 15 years now, and he's the current world champion since the championships in Manchester. And Wang Liqin is obviously one of the younger Chinese guys who's coming up here now. So it's an affair between the experienced one and the next generation. And it's no surprise that Wang Liqin is there in the finals, because he's one of the players the Chinese team will be built on from next championships, 99 in Belgrade, I would guess.
Now, you were a former coach with the Swedish national team, former player. What does a man of Waldner's caliber do to the game of table tennis in Sweden?
Obviously, he's very important for the game in Sweden, but I think he's also very important for the game in the world, because he's the guy who is the skilled with the... You will notice he can make shots that nobody else can do, and he's more like an artist. So you will see a blend of techniques here against then the youth and the what do you say, the more guy who will try to find his way to win points.
Waldner up 4-3 here in game number 1. He just seems very, very composed. He seems very much in control of every aspect of the game.
I think he enjoys the game when it comes to big finals, and he knows the bounce, he knows what to expect from the opponent. And you will also notice during the game, I would guess, that in service he's very, very, very efficient.
Wang Liqin now a little bit frustrated, just goes right into the net. I think he realizes very early in this final that he's in over his head with Waldner. He's got his hands full. Tape and long. Point Waldner, he's up 8-3.
It's going to be interesting to see how Wang trying to make his points. I mean, he must have a strategy to try to get mistakes from Waldner. It's not easy, but it can be done, especially if Waldner's backhand side is a little bit sometimes very, very efficient. Sometimes it could be so-so, but there he was making a very, very good block. He started very impressively so far.
Waldner not wasting any time. Quickly back for the ball and ready for the next point immediately. Waldner is just threatening to run away with this game. He is in so much control right now.
There you could see a similar shot like Sun Ying very often used in her in the match, with a backhand block very close to the table, but it's a defensive shot, but he's using all the speed in Wang Liqin's forehand topspin. Very efficient.
Nice shot. Wang found an opening and went for it.
He has to grab more of space for himself, I think, during this final. It looks like he's a little bit afraid. He must go in with
maybe a little more aggressive.
Yeah, or feeling or thinking that he's there to winning this title and trying to really get some pressure on Waldner. I haven't seen that yet. terrific rally. And you can see here that Waldner's backhand's working 100% so far. So when his backhands are solid, then he's really, really difficult to get some holes on.
Long, 7-14.
It's not much of an expression in the face, though. I think he's still thinking of how to get his act together and trying to get some openings in Waldner's guard.
Wang Liqin right now is ranked number 23 on the Pro Tour. Waldner number 11 on the Pro Tour. So of course, something we should clarify there is he's ranked number 11 on the Pro Tour only because he's only played in one event. He's only acquired enough points through that one event to be number 11, but he would rank much higher than that overall in the world standings.
Yes, and the critical position is to reach the top 16 because that's the qualifying part for the ITTF Pro Tour finals, the grand finals in Hong Kong. So he has to be among the 16 to qualify. And obviously for both players this will be a boost in terms of points towards that final.
Net and long. 19-8. Waldner leading. Game number 1 of the best of 5 set Japan Open Championship. Bit of a mental error there now. How difficult is it going to be for Waldner to maintain his concentration when he's really just running away with this?
Yeah, that could be a little bit, like you're saying, it could be a little bit dangerous for him. Now you can also notice that both players more or less waiting for this first set to be over. I don't think Wang Liqin has any thinking of taking this first set. So now it's 20-10, which means that both waiting to finish this game. And like you're saying, it could be dangerous sometimes to win the first set too easy.
Set point, Waldner. Net. You can see Waldner's desire just now to get this over with. Get this first set over with. He's got a chance to finish it here, and he does. First game goes to Waldner, 21-11. And I want to say relatively easily, but let's just say it. It was easy.
It was very easy, and it turned out to be very quick as well. I think he's taking full control from the beginning, and I think at one point was 11-3, and 11-3 up for Waldner is very, very difficult for anybody on the circuit to come back to. So it was easy, yeah.
Waldner's had some scheduling problems, and that's what's kept him away from some of these events. So he's appearing now in just his second Pro Tour event of the year. He won his first, the Qatar Open. Can he make it 2 for 2 at the Japan Open? We'll find out when we come back. Europe's continuing coverage of the International Table Tennis Federation Pro Tour, the men's final of the Japan Open. Jan-Ove Waldner takes game 1 in the championship, 21-11. We're in game 2. Wang Liqin in big trouble.
Yes, and he has to do something about the trend in the match because it's Waldner who dominates, who sets the pace, and is more or less pushing Wang Liqin to almost errors in all fields.
Because of scheduling problems, Waldner hasn't been able to play as many Pro Tour events as he'd like. So when he's at an event like this, he's got to take advantage, not just for the cash, but also for those very, very valuable points, because only the top 16 ranked players are going to make it to compete in the tour finale in Hong Kong.
Yes, that's right, and he certainly does so, and it looks like, I mean, there's still 7 events left on the tour, so he can catch up with a few appearances during this autumn in Europe, and he will do so as well, I think. But once again, it looks like here now that he's taking control of the second set in the beginning as well.
Good job by Wang Liqin there, who backed up Waldner a little bit off the table. You don't see Waldner backing up very often.
Not to this stage of the match, but I think that's the way for Wang Liqin to do. He must put pressure on Waldner in terms of being more aggressive and getting to the first crucial attack himself.
Wang Liqin trailing 3-4. Make it 4-4.
Very good service. Waldner was misjudging the spin in the serve, which gave him point immediately.
5-4. Wang Liqin leading. Even at fives, change of service. That was a big, big point for Wang Liqin because he's about to turn over service.
That's right, and he misjudged, or actually Waldner was making a trick on him because there was a topspin, but there was no spin on the ball, so he was making the push directly in net.
5-6. Bad break. Catches net tied at 6. And that was just a mental error.
It is, and the Chinese is very often afraid of Waldner's service, and I think he has to get rid of these thoughts immediately, because if there is always going to be Waldner up in his own service, there's no way he can make this match.
And now Waldner's just cruising.
Yeah.
He's got Wang back on his heels, and that's just costing him right now. And you're right, he's just completely intimidated by that serve.
It was 3 straight service which he made mistakes on, and it could look very easy, but obviously Waldner is known for changing spin and changing speed and sometimes change direction in service, so that's one of his strengths. But it seems a bit too easy to get points for Waldner at the moment.
And that was a good rally and a good point won by Wang.
Yeah, Wang must get in this match. It's crucial for him to really have some momentum going for him. And he's back again.
8-9. Waldner kind of rolling his eyes at himself there, saying, "What was that?" Point Waldner. 8-10.
It's 2 very important points for Wang here in his own service. If he can grab 10-all, that would be a bit of an opening anyway. Anyway, he gets some contact then.
Took a step closer to it there.
9-10.
And he's done it. 10-10.
And there he was playing smart against Waldner, because he was not playing with too much speed, which means that Waldner has to do something with the ball itself, and that sometimes could be a small weakness in Waldner, especially on the backhand side.
Waldner to the net. Trails. 10-11.
Well played by Wang. First of all, he got to receive in order this time, and also he was trying to make point with his forehand topspin. I think that's the only way for him to go in this match.
Wang now leads 12-10. Wouldn't this be a major moral victory for him if he can take a set away from Waldner?
Net 10-12.
An unforced error, as I see it. The service was high. He was taking a chance, but it was a lot of spin. But nevertheless, I think he could have done better on that service.
But at least the error came being overly aggressive instead of being back on his heels.
You're correct, Gino, and that's the way he has to perform. He has to take a few chances. He has nothing to lose, actually.
Long 13-12, Waldner.
Once again, it seems like 2 points to Wang, which he has to fight desperately for in Waldner's serve, and then 3 easy points for Waldner in his next 3 service.
Caught net.
Waldner was trying with a backhand smash straight, which failed. Yeah, that's great table tennis. You can see the backhand smash or backhand counter work this way, all the way down the straight to Wang's forehand. Aggressive table tennis. Once again.
13-15.
What a great shot.
I hope they have a slow motion on that shot, because there was a lot of side spin on that. Look at this ball now. Could you see how the ball is curving all the way?
You could just see it curl. Wang never had a shot at that. This is baptism by fire for poor Wang Liqin, who's making his first appearance in a pro circuit final, and he's playing one of the best.
16-14 on service for Waldner. Now it's a crucial service game, because if Waldner cruises along here once again, it's over. So Wang Liqin must produce something in his receiving.
Wang Liqin made Waldner move and won the point.
Definitely the best rally in the match. It was quality table tennis from both players.
Net 16-15.
Just a great service.
It's even more than great. It's terrific service.
It just completely fooled him. He has got so much in his arsenal.
He has, and there was a little bit lucky, but it's like you're saying, he has a lot of in his arsenal, which makes him the player he is. It's difficult when he's in mood and when he's concentrated, and especially when he has his backhand side working. Then it's very, very difficult to play him.
Good point, won by Wang Liqin.
This is still a chance here. It's 16-19 and 4-1 in his own service. It's 20-all. It's not over yet.
That's a big task, though. A big task. And there's one of those points. 17-19.
There you could see how he has to play. He was trying to get space for his forehand topspin, and he's managed the point.
18-19.
It's nice to finally see that Wang is close to him and see that he has a chance to turn this around. It's 19-all now.
19s. 2019. What a golden opportunity for Wang Liqin. Would this be a huge victory for him?
That's right, and he's pushing Waldner now to do something different in his receiving. He has not been that aggressive any longer, so...
Waldner there, just basically a changeup. Took a little off that, fooled Wang, who got caught back.
20.
It's an open story again now, 20-all. You can never predict what can happen. So we will see if Wang can catch his service here. No.
Net.
21.
Set point, Waldner. Long. 21s.
Actually, Waldner had his chance there to clinch the set, because that was an unforced error according to my view. He had the opening and he was in shape for the forehand topspin, but missed it.
Net. Set point, Waldner.
21.
Once again, you could see that Wang was not sure about the spin in the service and made an error immediately.
It's over. Waldner wins to make it 2-love in the best-of-5 Japan Open final. But credit to Wang, who really made a set of it.
It's definitely credit to Wang, and I think he now also realized that he is in this final with a chance to grab the set or even the match.
Stay where you are, folks. Jan-Ove Waldner putting on a clinic at the Japan Open. Coverage of the International Table Tennis Federation Pro Tour. This week's stop is the Japan Open, and so far this has been a clinic put on by Jan-Ove Waldner of Sweden.
Yes, and looking into the third set, I hope that Wang Liqin have learned something from Waldner's service, especially because that had been the problem. He must try to get used to the service and try to scramble out something in the service game when Waldner is serving. Otherwise, this is over.
Ginoretto, along with former Swedish player and national team coach Anders Sundström, will be following this pro circuit here on NBC Europe right through to the grand finale in Hong Kong, and a lot of cash on the line at that event. And look at this rally. Waldner very nearly made that return.
That's right, and there is also showed a different kind of skills which he has. He can make points far away from the table if necessary. My feeling is that the quality is racing in the final, and it obviously for Wang Liqin it can't go another way, since he was out of the table in the first set. But the quality is improving, yeah.
You're right, because the first set, 21-11, wasn't even close. In the second set, he actually had set point. Wang did very nearly close it out to even at 1-1, but Waldner just so strong, came back to tie it up and ultimately win it and take a 2-sets-to-love lead in this best-of-5 championship final.
2-all here in the third set, and it will be crucial, like I said, that Wang is keeping his points in his own service games and hopefully learn a little bit when Waldner starts serving here now.
A reminder, table tennis fans, not only can you follow the road to the grand finale in Hong Kong right here on NBC Europe, you can also follow the progress, the stats, the results, all key information you want on our website at www.ittf.com. All the information you want in table tennis available for you at your fingertips.
That was not a bad shot. Unbelievable forehand topspin from Wang Liqin, and no chance whatsoever from Waldner.
Net and good. 5-3. Wang now leading.
Yeah, and it looks like Wang now is realizing he's playing the final, and he's realizing that this is no reason to be afraid or to be even thinking that he has no chance. He has to grab out and take his chances.
6-3. This is his first appearance in a pro circuit final. It's tough, and that was rather evident in game number 1, where he basically just got shellacked 21-11. But as you're saying, he's trying to stem the tide a bit and trying to keep himself in it.
Yeah, and also this was the first time I think he was gaining more than 2 points in Waldner service. He's reading now 6-4. So hopefully he have tried to memorize the service from Waldner, which will be the key for Wang Liqin.
Just long.
Bit unlucky actually, net and out, fortunately for him.
Good rally. But once Waldner got Wang back, he wasn't going to let him back in.
6-6.
Long. 7-6, Waldner on top.
It looks like Waldner is very concentrated, as you can see, and it looks like he's seeing his opportunity here to go for a very quick 3-0 victory. But like I'm saying, I think Wang has to stand up here.
7.
Good return. Just a good, quick return.
Yeah, and he has to have reflexes if you want to be good in table tennis. And you can see here how he anticipates the forehand topspin in his forehand corner. And it's impossible for Wang Liqin to even react on that block.
8-7, Waldner leading. 9-7.
Once again, it's too easy mistake on the forehand, on the service, even if we know that Waldner has very good service.
Wang Liqin did everything he could even to survive in that rally.
That's it. He has to be more aggressive, take advantage of the service, which is slightly too long, and try to build from there on. If he can't get into the match where Waldner is service, I think this match is over for him. So he has to make points when Waldner is serving. Oh, this is a rally.
Excellent exchange. Terrific rally.
Great table tennis. It can't be played much better.
Complete change of speed there, and it caught Wang Liqin off guard.
8-12.
8-12 now means that Wang has to do something real different to really get into this match. It's going away for him.
9-12.
No. 9-13.
He looked very worried, even if they don't show that much of expression in the face, but you can see he's turning down and looking at the floor, and I think he has to switch the entire game for him. Also the mental aspect of the game.
10-14. And there he went into the net. 10-14. Good break there. 11-14 on the change of service. 800,000 Japanese yen waiting for the winner. The equivalent of about $8,000 US. A little moisture on the table. Waldner asking that the table be dried off.
Wet is very sensible for table tennis players, especially since we're using high quality rubbers, which means that there's a loss of friction in the rubbers, and if that's wet, it doesn't work at all. So it has to be completely dry. He's playing so relaxed now, Waldner. He's using all his ability to make points, so it's going to be very, very difficult for Wang. I can't see him coming out of this.
He's got a huge hole to climb out of. 12-16 in this, the third game, best of 5 championship final. Waldner won game 1 easily, 21-11. Came back in a game that Wang almost held on to win in game 2, but Waldner ultimately won it 23-11. And he is in control now in this, the third set.
Has to do something different now.
Long.
That's not the way to do it.
But mind you, he was being aggressive. If you're going to make a mistake being overly aggressive. He saw the opening in the corner, went for it, and was just a little long. You don't want to go into the net like that, though.
No, and I think this finals, it looks like it's over. It looks like he can not do anything to escape this.
14-19. But good, valuable experience being gained here by Wang Liqin, who is in his first pro circuit final against a man who has been there before, Waldner, the gold medalist in Barcelona, former world champion. The only event he's entered previously in this year's Pro Tour was the Qatar Open. He won that.
Yeah, he's ranked #1 in the world on our computer list. So there is, nothing to say about that. And look at this now.
Folks, it has now become an exhibition. He is such a talented table tennis player. He's spectacular to watch.
It was very, very close, even that he could have smashed in the last one. Almost. 1916 on service. I think this will be very, very difficult to Wang. I will be surprised if he can turn this set around.
At this point, I think Wang is thinking, I want to hit the showers and get out of here. I've received some good teaching here. I've been up front in a nice exhibition put on by Waldner, but let's face it, Waldner has been the class of this championship.
Oh, that's a mistake directly by service. It's not still over.
Championship point, Jan-Ove Waldner. Long. 20-18. Second championship point. And it's over. Jan-Ove Waldner of Sweden, the #1 ranked table tennis player in the world, is the 1997 Japan Open champion. And boy, did he earn this victory. He put on a clinic. The crowd really enjoyed watching it. And Wang Liqin was just taken to school. Jan-Ove Waldner, our 1997 men's champion. Our next stop on the International Table Tennis Federation Pro Tour is Suhai, China for the China Open. Until next time, for Anders Thundstorm and the entire NBC Europe crew, I'm Gino Retta saying so long and thanks for joining us.